Hello, sport fans. The amount of discrepancies on the original reports about the killing of the alleged Obama has hit new proportions. And I heard today that Al Qaeda has admitted, I guess you could say they admitted or claimed, however you want to say it, that we actually killed Osama bin Laden. And it's my strong belief that they're only saying that because it helps their cause. My mother knew a guy named Mr. Glick. I don't know his first name. I knew his last name was Mr. Glick, and my mother thought he was very wise. He came up with the concept: if you have ham, you sell ham. Okay? That means if you're a brunette, you sell being a brunette. If you're a redhead, you sell being a redhead, etc., etc. It's got a lot of applications. And whatever your product is, that's what you have to sell, so you sell it. Now, Al Qaeda's product, it was Osama Bin Laden. And apparently, he's been dead for a number of years, which explains why they threw his alleged body into the ocean to get rid of the evidence. You know, the courts can't subpoena this anymore. That's what Nixon should have done. He should have thrown all those papers into the Potomac or something in the ocean. Just got him out of the White House and didn't worry about shredding him. Just throw him in the ocean and whatever. So what we have here is an Osama bin Laden who is probably dead already, either from complications from his kidney dialysis or being bombed or whatever. But after he died, of course, Al Qaeda couldn't say you killed our main man. They went na 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 na. You never got him. You never got him. And so when we finally quote got him, we had a real dilemma here. We had somebody who was an imposter of Obama, and they destroyed the evidence, and now they have to stick with the story that they killed Osama bin Laden. And now Al Qaeda knows they have to stick to the story, and they're saying, yeah, you killed him, you dirty rat. And you killed an old man who was dying of kidney dialysis. He was unarmed, and you shot him in the head. I mean, headshots, I thought with the police were like the last shot you did. You know, you shoot body shot is where you're most likely to hit. So they must have been really close when they hit him, when they shot him in the eye and the head. Because they did try to shoot him when he had his head stuck out of the door, supposedly looking into what was going on, which is very strange. If there was another gun in the other room, you thought he would have taken it with him as he investigated. I mean, if you were investigating a burglar or something in your home, wouldn't you take your gun? Or would you run down there and say, oh, and run and race the burglar back up to your room? You know, to the Obama diehards, nothing anybody says matters. And it comes down to the old axiom that Republicans are no good and Democrats are always good, and they can never be wrong. And that we're just picking on Obama because he's black or something, or half black. Whatever. This thing is it gets spookier and spookier and spookier as you get more and more information as to what happened. We don't even know what happened to the helicopter. Whether I thought I heard in the news that one of the blades brushed one of the buildings and wrecked the blade, so they did a hard landing. We're trying to say that the helicopter just crapped out because we were pushing it too hard. And whatever it is. So we trashed this I don't know, was it 20, 40, 60 million dollars? I don't know what this helicopter cost. It cost a lot. It was a high-tech helicopter. And we trashed it to find somebody who was an imposter. The imposter, would seem to me, um, wouldn't have a real motivation to resist being captured, because if he got killed, they're going to find out anyhow that he's just an imposter. We didn't want an imposter. We wanted the real thing. So he was probably thinking, hey, no problem here. I'll just go no mas, no mas, and everything will be okay. I'll get my life back. I can write a book, how I was Osama's imposter. No, so they take the poor son of a bitch and they shoot him in the head and they throw him overboard on a boat someplace. And I have a feeling that Bush knew this, and that's the reason why he was saying it was no big deal. But really, when you look into it, Obama was saying Osama was no big deal. Osama's no big deal. He's not a major player anymore. He's insignificant. Bush said the same thing. And all of a sudden, he's the most significant. This is the biggest victory that we ever had. There was, I don't know, this operation against 4 or 5 people in a compound with hardly any weapons. Very, very, very strange. And like I said, if you're an Obama supporter, you figure your head's going to blow off if you actually say anything bad about Obama. Of course, there's people, I guess, no matter what Obama does, he's no good. Starting to get that way because of his track record. There's nothing he has done in any of his policies that has made this country stronger. Everything he's done has led us down the death spiral to destroy the United States on the economy, militarily wise, exciting the whole Middle East thing with throwing out Mubarak and deciding who lives, who dies. And obviously he was playing God with this imposter who was substituting for Osama bin Laden. I mean, what would you do? What would you do? Now, wouldn't you, if you knew your leader was dead? Here's an analogy, I guess. If you were the United States and all of a sudden something totally incapacitated all your nuclear weapons, a glitch in the computer or whatever, a virus or something, now they can't launch. Would you tell the Russians that you've just lost all your capability? Oh, golly, I lost my capability of launching defensive missiles in case you attack me. Hell no. You would say, you wouldn't mention it. You would come up, if anything, saying how great things were. And that's what they did when Obama ultimately died. Not Obama, Osama ultimately died. And that's what they did. And now that they have us trapped like rats in terms that we killed the guy, now they're gonna capitalize on that whole thing and say, yeah, you killed you killed my brother, you dirty rat. And that's what it is. People who have causes. I mean, let's look at Israel, for instance. They've done some pretty nasty things, and that's because they don't take their existence too lightly. They are not going to take any bullshit. They're going to survive, and they're going to live to see a new tomorrow because they give a crap about their people a lot more than we give a crap about our people. What we're doing is we're borrowing money so we can give it to Israel. We're borrowing money so we can give it to everybody else from the Chinese, and no one's saying anything. No one's saying, wow, this is crazy. We're feeding the world because we're so rich, but yet we're borrowing money from the Chinese. How can we say we're a great nation if we have to borrow the money that we give away from someone else? Is that the sign of a great nation? And it's getting worse. I mean, the numbers, your government is like a cancer. I mean, it is expanding and expanding and expanding at a rate. And it was amazing how Obama tried to really, push these public jobs, government jobs with pensions and everything. And Obama's even trying to stop Boeing from building their new super plane down, South Carolina. No, you have to, I mean, this is, the media won't really say it the way it is. There's a few people who say it the way it is, but you don't even care. You don't even want to know. I used to question Bush all the time, write letters to the editor about Bush. So don't tell me that I was like pro-Bush. I think I thought he was a good guy. But when I saw how he railroaded those border guards down on the Mexican border, I knew exactly he was part of the system. And in all fairness to him, I remember when our spy plane went down when he just got in office and landed in China, and he said, "You can't do that to us. We're United States citizens." And they go, oh yeah, go George, go George. Well, it turns out that within a few minutes, I think the people who owned them told them, hey, you can't, piss off the Chinese over a lousy spy plane. So here we go, folks. This 40-minute firefight. They claimed it was a 40-minute firefight. With almost as if Obama himself was there with 245s and diving through the air and shooting the bad guys and throwing grenades and getting down and taking everybody and dragging his injured buddies off the field. We have to have a new name for Obama. I think it could be John Wayne Obama or Rambo Obama. I don't know. I wish I could like my president. I really do. I really do. But everything's a big secret. You have the birth certificate, which is very strange because had he produced a real birth certificate when he was running for office, he would have had a lot more votes. He would have had a bigger mandate, and he probably would have got a lot more crap done. Not that I want him to get it done, but he probably would have been able to drive a lot more stuff through. And thank God for what's his name, Donald Trump, forcing the issue on the birth certificate, because it appears the certificate, which I downloaded down from the White House, they'll probably change it now, is a multi-layered PDF file, which means you can peel off layers and layers and layers of it and see different things on it with each layer. Now, I don't know about you, but when I produce a PDF file and I scan it on my scanner and produce a PDF file, there's no layers in it. It's just you need special equipment to do that. There's even functions where you can change a JPEG file into a PDF file. They would have been smart if they converted that PDF file into a JPEG file, and then we wouldn't have known, even though there was some wacky stuff. But like I said, the people who are pro-Obama, they don't care. They don't care. They'll say, so what? No matter what you come up with, they'll say, so what? The Constitution, according to them, doesn't mean anything. It's just an inconvenience that you have to obey once in a while when it suits your service, suits you, but when it suits someone else, you don't have to obey it. In fact, it's arcane. It's evolving. These SOBs have no idea what went into the Constitution and the way the founders of this country knew human nature, knew what would go down if we let it happen. Anyhow, I guess I've said enough. I had done another YouTube, but I didn't have the sound. Hopefully I'll have the sound this time. So I'm getting tired. I had a long day. I sickled about an acre of elephant ear plants. They're not really elephant ear plants, but they look like elephant ears, and they're really becoming a nuisance. My mom wants them out, so that's what I did today. Okay, remember to eat your greens. Don't eat any artificial colors. Oh, by the way, they're saying now, imagine this. This is over the top, right? That artificial colors may be frigging our kids up, maybe screwing them up with all kinds of problems. Can you imagine? What a novel thought. Maybe that explains why they don't allow them in Europe. Wow. This is truly amazing. Why don't you have Michelle Obama talk about the artificial colors and stuff? Okay, she could do some good. I mean, the concept is good, but she's going after the wrong stuff. She's going after the politically correct stuff. Okay, enough. I'm going to bed. Take care. Bye bye.